Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Annie and this is Annie's channel. So today I'm gonna be talking about Canadian visitors visa, how to apply, documents required, and the charges for Canadian visa. So there has been a lot of updates in 2022 due to COVID-19 pandemic, and so I'm going to be highlighting that as I talk about how to apply for Canadian visitors visa. So let's go to Canada as visitors, shall we? Today, I'm going to be going through real quick the documents that you require, mostly apply to Kenyan citizens, but it's almost a generic process, and so it could apply to somebody else in a different part of the world. Make sure you check with your embassy online to see which additional documents or which documents that you do not need to provide while you're applying for this visa. However, the steps, the procedure is general for everybody. So, what is a Canadian visitor's visa? Canadian visitor's visa is also known as a TRV, which is a temporary resident visa. And so, if you see that name somewhere, just know that's another name for visitor's visa. So, for a visitor's visa, there are two different types of visitor's visa. We have the single entry visa and the multiple entry visa. So, a single entry visa allows you to come to Canada up to 6 months. It is valid for a period of 6 months. However, a multiple entry visa is up to 10 years or 1 month before the expiry of your passport, whichever comes first. So now that we know the different types of visa, what are the documents required for applying for this visa? Now guys, I'm going to be referring to my notes just in case so I don't give you the wrong information. So when I look down, then just know that I am referring to my notes. Okay, we have to be sure here, this is very important. Yeah, so what are the documents needed for visitor's visa to Canada? Number one, you need an application form. So this form is online. You just download it online. Just type visa application form. I'm also going to be linking a site where you're going to get this form from. And so check it out somewhere here or here and in the description box. So download this form and fill it online. So filling it online is simply downloading it and filling. It's like an editable PDF, and so you can fill it on your computer, desktop, whatever type of computer that you have. However, this document sometimes needs a certain version of Adobe, so just make sure that you download that if it's not working, and then everything will work smoothly. The second document that is required for a Canadian visitor's visa is a passport. This is almost like mandatory. Of course, even application form is mandatory, but this document, you can't travel without a passport. You need a passport with at least 6 months of validity remaining on the date of your travel, and the passport must have at least 2 blank pages with no writing, no printing, no stamping on it, no markings on it. So you need a passport. The other document that you need is a passport size photograph with a white background with no borders. This passport sized photograph must be not older than 6 months. So just make sure it is recent, and also follow the sizing that is provided by the Canadian immigration on the site. The third document that you need is a health certificate. So due to COVID-19 pandemic again, most times you're going to be needed to provide COVID-19 vaccine certificate. You're also going to be needed to provide a negative COVID-19 PCR test result that has been issued within 72 hours before your departure. So you have to make sure that you have that. The other document that is needed is a travel itinerary. So make sure you don't do actual bookings like hotel bookings or flight bookings before the approval of your visa. You want to save yourself some money, and you're never sure what the response or the outcome of the visa application is going to be. So you don't want to waste more money buying tickets and booking hotels when your visa is not approved yet. So wait until it is approved, and then you can do actual booking. But meanwhile, you can provide travel itineraries. And where do you get these travel itineraries? For example, for a flight itinerary, just go to a flight an agent, for example. These agents will provide you this itinerary at a small fee. Or just go to an airline. Tell them I'm planning to go to Canada, and so I need an itinerary. I don't know if they charge or it is free. I know some airlines give it for free. Some airlines charge a small percentage, so you can get that easily instead of really risking a lot of money booking actual tickets. Okay, for hotels also, you can do the same things. Just go to hotels and ask them for like an itinerary for the period of time you're going to stay in Canada. Also, make sure that those itinerary have got your name and the dates that you intend to stay in Canada, and they have to be accurate. So just be keen on that. The other document that you need to apply for a Canadian visitor's visa is a letter from your employer. Very important. So if you're employed, make sure you provide a letter on a company's letterhead with contact details, indicating that you work there and you're on leave of absence, and that you're required to return back to your job after you come back from Canada. If you're self-employed, make sure you include a copy of your business license, the company statements for at least the last 6 months, income tax returns, and so on. And if you're a student, make sure you submit an official letter from your university indicating that you are in good standing and that you have registered for the upcoming semester. As simple as that. The other document that you need is your current bank statements. This one you will have to show that you're able to sustain yourself while you're in Canada. And so submit a copy of your current bank statements of at least 6 months. Make sure it is consistent. Now, guys, you have to make sure that the reason why they ask for 6 months is because, yes, the amount is important. Your balance in the bank is important, but also the consistency of that bank statement is very important, and that's why they're asking for the current for the last 6 months. They want to see money coming in, money going out, if that account is active or not. They want to see if you just put some money in there just for the application purpose. So really, the consistency activity of this bank statement is really important. You're also needed to provide income tax returns. So make sure you're paying your taxes, guys. Make sure you're paying your taxes. You must show documents that actually shows your ties to your nation country. So if you have kids, if you have a family, if you have businesses, if you have anything that would show links to your nation country, then you have to submit that as well. You also must provide a sworn affidavit or an invitation letter from your Canadian relatives indicating that you're going to be staying with them when you get to Canada. If you're enjoying this video so far, or if you're getting any enlightenment from this video, or if you just like my face, or if you hate it, please like, subscribe, share, comment. That will help me a lot. Thank you, guys. These are the requirements. You must have a valid passport. Of course, that's also a document. You must have that passport. Without a passport, you don't go anywhere. I think we all agree on that. Now, good health standing. So you must, sometimes a medical exam will have to be done to make sure that you have a good health condition to come to Canada. And also, I have talked about the COVID-19 vaccinations and the PCR results that you're required to provide 72 hours before your departure. Also, you must not have any criminal records or immigration related convictions. So just make sure you have a certificate of good conduct. You also must show proof that you are intending to go back to your country after the intended visit to Canada. So an example of such a proof would be showing a return ticket, or the employer's letter can't do that because you're required to go back to work. So anything that will show that you are intending to go back to your country, that'd be perfect. You also must show proof of funds. Again, that can be done through a submission of a current bank statements for the last 6 months. You also must state the duration of your stay in Canada. Simple as that. So how do you apply? How to apply online? So before the pandemic, people used to do paper applications, mail applications, online applications, or even use of agents such as VFS. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of the application have gone online. And so the first step is to check for eligibility. Are you eligible? Canadian government has put up a restriction across all border crossings in Canada just to limit the spread of the pandemic. So to find out if you can enter Canada, you are required to answer some questions regarding COVID-19. IRCC has provided a tool that would help you answer these questions. Well, if you are eligible as per the questions that you have answered, gather all the documents that I have talked about, passport, application form, all those documents, upload them. So you must make sure that you have a scanner, or at least have scanned these documents and you've saved them somewhere in your computer. So, or even a picture to just create a file. So gather all these documents that we have stated before. And then you can apply online. Applying online includes just filling the application form and uploading these documents on an online IRCC website. And to do this, you must create an account with IRCC. Once all the documents are uploaded, then pay for the application fee. And then this you can pay just using your Visa or your card, debit card, credit card, whatever card you're using. You can use that to pay online. And then finally give your fingerprints. Now this one you cannot do online, obviously, but the Canadian Embassy, depending on where you are in any part of the world, the Canadian Embassy will give you instructions on where to actually go get your fingerprints and biometrics done. And usually for Kenyans and most other countries is VFS Global. If your application is incomplete, it will be returned to you without processing. If your application has been approved, yay! If your application has been approved, that's a yay. You will be required to submit your passport. And so again, IRCC will give you instructions on how to submit this passport, again, depending on where you are in the world. Usually, again, they use VFS. So if your country has VFS, then they will direct you to VFS and ask you how to. If not, they will actually use the services of a courier, and they would give you the address where you can send it to. Well, then after you can travel to Canada. Welcome to Canada. So after your passport has been stamped and the visa has been attached to your passport, then you can travel to Canada. You will be needed to carry these documents to present to an immigration officer at the border of entry. So just make sure you carry all these documents that you use to apply. The application fee is 100 Canadian dollars for single entry and multiple entry for one individual, and up to a maximum of 500 for an entire family. I hope this information helped anybody who would want to come to Canada as a visitor in 2022, and kindly make sure to subscribe, click on the notification, and remember to share my videos. All right, bye bye, and see you in the next video.